At length, a perfectly natural thing came about. After we had answered 300 or 400 false alarms, to wit, we stopped answering them. Yes, I simply rose up calmly, when slammed across the house by the alarm, calmly inspected the annunciator, took note of the room indicated, and then calmly disconnected that room from the alarm and went back to bed as if nothing had happened. Moreover, I left that room off permanently and did not send for the expert. Well, it goes without saying that in the course of time, all the rooms were taken off, and the entire machine was out of service. It was at this unprotected time that the heaviest calamity of all happened. The burglars walked in one night and carried off the burglar alarm. Yes, sir, every hide and hair of it, ripped it out, tooth and nail, springs, bells, gongs, battery and all. They took 150 miles of copper wire. They just cleaned her out, bag and baggage, and never left us a vestige of her to swear by, I mean. We had a time of it to get her back, but we accomplished it finally for money. The alarm firm said that what we needed now was to have her put in right, with their new patent springs in the windows to make false alarms impossible, and their new patent clock attached to take off and put on the alarm morning and night without human assistance. That seemed a good scheme. They promised to have the whole thing finished in 10 days. They began work, and we left for the summer. They worked a couple of days, then they left for the summer, after which the burglars moved in and began their summer vacation. When we returned in the fall, the house was as empty as a beer closet in premises where painters have been at work. We refurnished and then sent down to hurry up the expert. He came up and finished the job and said, "Now this clock is set to put on the alarm every night at 10 and take it off every morning at 5:45. All you've got to do is to wind her up every week and then leave her alone. She will take care of the alarm herself." After that, we had a most tranquil season during 3 months. The bill was prodigious, of course, and I had said I would not pay it until the new machinery had proved itself to be flawless. The time stipulated was 3 months, so I paid the bill, and the very next day the alarm went to buzzing like 10,000 bee swarms at 10 o'clock in the morning. I turned the hands around 12 hours, according to instructions, and this took off the alarm, but there was another hitch at night, and I had to set her ahead 12 hours once more to get her to put the alarm on again. That sort of nonsense went on a week or two, then the expert came up and put in a new clock. He came up every 3 months during the next 3 years and put in a new clock, but it was always a failure. His clocks all had the same perverse defect. They would put the alarm on in the daytime, and they would not put it on at night, and if you forced it on yourself, they would take it off again the minute your back was turned. Now there is the history of that burglar alarm, everything just as it happened, nothing extenuated and not set down in malice. Yes, sir, and when I had slept 9 years with burglars and maintained an expensive burglar alarm the whole time, for their protection, not mine, and at my sole cost, for not a cent could I ever get them to contribute, I just said to Mrs. McWilliams that I had had enough of that kind of pie, so with her full consent, I took the whole thing out and traded it off for a dog and shot the dog. I don't know what you think about it, Mr. Twain, but I think those things are made solely in the interest of the burglars. Yes, sir, a burglar alarm combines in its person all that is objectionable about a fire, a riot, and a harem, and at the same time had none of the compensating advantages of one sort or another that customarily belong with that combination. Goodbye, I get off here.